Unit 3, Vocabulary 1, Exercise 2.
Arrive. Discover. Drive. Explore. Fly. Go. Land. Leave. Ride. Sail. Take off. Travel.
Unit 3. Now say it. Exercise 5.
Look at this book. It's got some interesting facts about explorers.
Yes, they went on some fantastic journeys.
Which of the journeys do you want to do?
I don't want to sail across the Pacific. I'd be bored on a ship.
Really?
I want to go to the moon, like Neil Armstrong. What about you?
I don't want to go to the South Pole. I'd be too cold. There is too much snow.
So, which journey do you want to do?
I want to travel around the world in a hot air balloon.
Unit 3, Reading 1, A Discovery of Food. Exercise 7.
A lot of food started its history in very different countries. European explorers discovered potatoes, tomatoes, chocolate, and vanilla in America in the 16th century, and rice began its journey in China. But what about other favourites? A. Biscuits. Biscuits are a favourite with everyone. But where were they discovered? The Persians cooked the first biscuits with sugar in the 7th century. The Arabs invaded Persia at that time and they loved them. Later, they took the biscuits to the rest of their empire, including Spain. From Spain, traders took biscuits to North Europe, and then English colonizers sailed to America and made them there. This is how the American version of the biscuit, the cookie, was born. B. Pasta. People often say that the explorer Marco Polo discovered pasta in China. But this isn't true. In fact, Greeks ate something similar to lasagna in the 1st century. But it was the Arabs who were responsible for modern pasta because they introduced wheat flour to Sicily in the south of Italy. Pasta, as we know it, was created in Italy in the 13th or 14th century. C. Ice cream. Ice desserts were popular a long time ago. The Persians, 400 BC, and the Chinese, 200 BC, enjoyed snow and ice with fruit and honey. Marco Polo discovered a technique for making ice desserts in China and transported it to Italy. So the first modern sorbets were from Italy. But the first ice cream, made with milk and cream, appeared in 1718 in England.
Unit 3, Pronunciation. Exercise A. Took. Looked. Or. Saw. Bought. A. Made. Became. Unit 3, Listening. History quiz. Exercise 12.
Quick! The history quiz is starting! Brilliant!
Shh, be quiet.
Gary, your first question. England's first queen was A. Elizabeth, B. Mary, C. Victoria, or D. Kylie?
The answer is B. Mary I was the Queen of England in the 16th century.
And Mary is the correct answer. Well done, Gary. The first animal in space was a fly. But what was the second? Was it A, a mouse, B, a dog, C, a rat, or D, a monkey?
Well, Laika was a dog and flew in outer space, but Laika flew all the way around the world. So I think there was probably another animal before.
Come on, Gary, you are against the clock.
I'm saying D, a monkey.
And monkey is the correct answer. Only 2 more questions. Captain Cook discovered Australia. He also discovered A. Alaska, B. Japan, C. Hawaii, or D. Chile?
I think it is Alaska. No, it's C, Hawaii.
And Hawaii is the correct answer. And now for the last question. Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas in 1492. What was the date? Was it A, the 3rd of August, B, the 8th of September, C, the 12th of October, or D, Christmas Day, the 25th of December?
He left Spain in summer because the sea was good then. So I say B, the 8th of September.
And the 8th of September is the wrong answer. The correct answer is the 12th of October.
Unit 3. Speaking. Exercise 2.
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for information on explorers.
What type of information do you need?
I'd like to find out about Captain Scott.
There are some books in the history section.
Ah, that's great.
You can also use the internet on those computers over there.
Do I need a password?
No, you don't.
Thanks for your help.
That's all right. Come and ask me if you need anything else.
OK.
Unit 3. Culture. Explorers. Exercise 6.
On the 29th of May, 1953, 11:30 a.m. local time, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first men known to reach the top of Mount Everest. They took some pictures and buried some sweets and biscuits in the snow. They had very little oxygen, so they began their descent after 15 minutes. Edmund Hillary was a mountaineer and explorer from New Zealand. When he was at secondary school, he climbed Mount Olivier, 1,933 metres in New Zealand. After Everest, Hillary made several expeditions to the Antarctic. He also helped both the people and environment of Nepal. He died in 2008 at the age of 88. Tenzing Norgay was a mountain guide from Nepal. He made his first expedition to Everest when he was 19. He finally reached the top of Everest with Hillary on his 7th expedition. He died in 1986.
Unit 3. Vocabulary 2. Exercise 2.
Drought. Earthquake. Famine. Fire. Floods. Hurricane. Landslide. Tornado. Tsunami. Volcanic eruption.
Unit 3, Reading 2. Great European Disasters. Exercise 6. On the 24th of August, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted. The eruption was catastrophic, and ash and lava covered the towns of Pompeii and Herculaneum. They stayed hidden for nearly 1,700 years. But when Domenico Fontana, an Italian architect, discovered walls with paintings in 1559, how did he react? He covered them again. A Spanish engineer discovered Herculaneum in 1738 and Pompeii in 1748. In Pompeii, the volcano preserved Roman life exactly as it was, and we now know a lot about Roman culture because of the eruption. On the 1st of November 1755, there was a terrible earthquake in Lisbon, Portugal. Immediately after the earthquake, there was a tsunami, and many fires started in the city. Buildings fell, burned, and disappeared into the sea. In fact, the earthquake and its effects destroyed most of the city. But what did the people of Lisbon do? They rebuilt their city. They made wide streets, big squares, and special buildings that could resist earthquakes. Also, thanks to the Portuguese Prime Minister's investigations, modern seismology was born. Unit 3, Grammar 2. Exercise 11.
OK. Did you study last night? The exam's today.
Yes.
OK. How many ships did Christopher Columbus have?
3.
Good. When did they discover Pompeii?
They discovered it in 1748.
Where did Marco Polo go?
He went to China.
When did Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climb Mount Everest?
They climbed Mount Everest in 1953.
Great. That's it.
Unit 3, Writing. Exercise 1.
For me, the most interesting person in history was Leonardo da Vinci. He was a painter, a sculptor, and an inventor. He studied anatomy and botany, and he liked many other things too. He was born in Vinci, near Florence, on the 15th of April, 1452. He didn't go to school, but he studied maths, Latin, and geometry at home. When he was 14, he started work. He was very good at art, so he worked for a famous painter and learnt techniques with him. Then he went to live in Milan in 1482, and from this time on, Leonardo painted his most famous works. For example, The Last Supper. He painted the Mona Lisa, probably the most famous painting in the world, in about 1505. It is in the Louvre Museum in Paris. I like Leonardo da Vinci because of his drawings. He was interested in maths, science, and anatomy, and he drew people and bodies perfectly. He also drew inventions. For example, a flying machine similar to the modern helicopter. He was the typical Renaissance man. Kate, 12.
Unit 3, CLIL. Art. Aboriginal art.
Totem poles in Canada are examples of Aboriginal art and a symbol of the area's Indigenous population. The ancient practice of totem carving has been handed down through generations as a way of preserving the history of local native heritage. Stanley Park has got a wide variety of monuments, including 8 totem poles. The totem poles Each tell a real or mythical story. They are not the original totem poles, however. Because many of the original poles were made as early as the 1880s, they have been sent to museums for preservation. The totems today are new versions of the originals, and, when you look at them, you'll notice figures of eagles, whales, wolves, and frogs. Each animal has a meaning. The eagle represents the kingdom of the air, the whale is the world of the sea, the wolf is the life on land, and the frog is the connection between the land and the sea.
Revision 1. Sketch. Exercise 1.
Hi guys, what are you doing? Why are you looking at that wall?
We need to decorate it for our art project.
Yes, it's for Miss Smith, but we don't know what to do.
I can't think of any good ideas.
Can I help?
Yes, of course. Have you got any good suggestions?
Well, yes. Did you see that street art exhibition last year?
Where was it? Was it in the museum?
No, it wasn't. It was in the shopping centre. I saw it. It was great.
I saw it too. I really liked Miss Van. She draws cartoon characters, mainly women.
I read about Miss Van. She was born in France and she started to paint the walls of Toulouse when she was 18.
And now she's living in Barcelona.
So, why don't we do some cartoon characters?
Let's do cartoons of the teachers and some of the students.
Olivia, you often draw pictures of the teachers. Why don't you design the wall?
How many people shall we draw?
I'm not sure. This wall isn't very big.
Wait a minute. Which wall did Miss Smith say?
The gym wall.
But this isn't the gym wall. It's the wall of the music room.